So what is the M1 program? People ask me. Well, the M1 program is mentorship by millionaires, street smart millionaires that have bootstrapped their way to success and that can relate physically, viscerally, and emotionally to your journey to financial freedom. It's about helping you get out of the rat race, the traditional, what I call modern slavery. Yeah, you have a nice car, you got a nice home, you got maybe, a dog and the picket fence, but really you're in a trap and you don't feel fulfilled. Did you know that most people don't live a fulfilled life? They really are actually mildly sad, depressed, anxious, frustrated, and they're like, is this all there is? I mean, have you ever asked yourself that? Is this all there is? What about living an epic life? One where you bounce out of bed, you're excited, you're fired up, you're creating such a change in the world that you actually feel excited about each and every day. The M1 program was designed out of pain. Me watching people live in emotions like anxiety, overwhelm, frustration, sadness, self-doubt, and settle for the crumbs in life. And I thought there must be a better way. You see, I've been in personal development for a long time. It's 15 years now that I'm a Tony Robbins trainer. I've done over 50 of his events, and I've watched literally millions of people be transformed by his amazing content and incredible passion to deliver. Maybe you've experienced some of that. Or what about T. Harv Eker, who is an incredible course writer. He is the author of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He's endorsed my book. He's a personal friend, an amazing, intelligent human being who's created many, many courses, of which I did almost all of them, and then I taught them. These individuals and many more are in the field of personal development and transforming lives. And as great as they are, here's what I've experienced, and you tell me if you've experienced this as well, is people go home from those environments, or they read a book, or they listen to an audio program, and they go home, and what happens? They go back into their environment, and because environment is stronger than willpower, they get pulled. Now here's something really important, so please pay attention. The human condition, the desire to connect and belong, is so powerful that people will give up their values in order to belong. If you go into a room where people are having a great time and you want to belong with them and they're eating junk food and you want to connect, there's a possibility that you'll take one or two pieces that you normally wouldn't because you want that experience. Make sense? You go out for the evening, you think you'll have one glass of wine, but you end up having 2 or 3 because you're having such a good time and you're with people that are, hey, one more, let's go. I've done it, I'm sure we all do. So environment is crucially important. But what if your home environment sucks? What if your business environment sucks? And the chances are it does, because we live in a negative world. It's not your fault, my fault, but we have an option to choose another environment. I created M1 because I saw so many people leave Tony Robbins courses, T. Harv Eker courses, and other courses, or read books, and then slowly melt back into the standard that their environment has for them. How do you raise your standards? The way you raise them is to consistently surround yourself with better people. If you were to surround yourself with people that were in the Olympics, you would probably have some different ways of working out, different ways of eating, different ways of focusing on your energy levels. The M1 program was designed to raise your standards in primarily 3 areas, what I think are the most important areas. Number 1, self-mastery. How do you get yourself to take action consistently and get results when most people live in self-doubt or they're not in the mood? Well, you first discover what those elements are. So in the first segment of the March to a Million, you're going to learn the top 10 rules, the habits of the most successful people on the planet, and you're not just going to learn them, but you're going to integrate them in your life, and I'll tell you exactly how and why after. Number 2, the second phase, and this is a 1-year curriculum, you're going to learn about how to master your relationship with money. Now, if you are already budgeting, paying yourself first, saving, simplifying your life, being aware of that, managing and investing your money, getting great returns, then you probably don't need the M1 program. Maybe you need to come and help me teach it. But my experience has been that 95% of people have little mastery in that area, and they suffer. And statistics prove it. The average North American spends over 109% of their revenue. They have what I call red days. The red days are when they lose money. They make $100 a day, but they spend $120, or they make $200 a day and they spend $220, or they make $400 in a day, but they spend $500 on average. It's about mastering money and putting money to work for you. We're going to show you exactly how to do that. It's fairly simplistic, but unless you know the formula for that, you're not going to be doing it, because money is emotional and lots of people spend their emotions. So we're going to show you how to change that. And in the third phase, it's about people mastery. We live in a world where we all want to connect and belong, like I said before. We're also in a world where we want to feel appreciated, and we want to know that we matter and that we can make a difference in the world. And if you don't have the ability to create a vision, to influence, inspire, motivate, lead people, then you're going to end up having to do everything yourself. You see, I have 4 personal assistants now. I don't cook, I don't clean, I don't do a lot of things that I used to do, which were fun to do at the time, but that I got satiated with them. And maybe you're satiated with that too, and it allows me to do cooler things. Things like this: impact people, travel around the world, go on trips and see parts of the world that only people dream about, instead of doing my laundry and vacuuming the house. So we're going to teach you how to master influencing people so that you can share your vision, your reason you're here, and therefore not have to do all the fundamental rudimentary things that sap your energy, where you're fired up because you get to do the cool stuff in your life. How does that sound? So here's a little recap. It's about personal mastery, the art of taking action. It's about money mastery, the ability to put money to work for yourself on a consistent basis so you can live in time freedom, and people mastery, and communication mastery, and leadership mastery, so that you can have other people supporting your vision, your purpose to change the world and push humanity forward and make it a better place. The M1 program was designed with 2 criteria that I haven't seen anywhere else. Number 1 is to create a community to support you long after you have some of the information that you want to implement into your life. You may have a community of joining the military, or a community of joining a yoga class, or a community of joining a business networking environment where you all share business goals. And when you show up in those environments, they have standards and cultures and rules and rituals that allow you in that yoga class to be held accountable by the yoga instructor. Hold that pose a little bit longer. When you're in the military, they get you up at times you wouldn't get up on your own, and cause you to take action and find a part of you that you didn't know truly existed, and you expand who you are. When you're in that business environment, you make contacts and you learn how to work with other people in their networks, or a strategy that they used in their business that will cause your business to expand. So we put you into a march to $1 million, where you start to raise your standards around how you approach your personal actions, your money management, and your relationship emotionally with money and people, which will cause you to become a millionaire and cause you to become financially free. We teach you about the concept of becoming a 100%er, where 100% of your monthly or annual expenses are covered by passive income vehicles. So we teach you community, and we put you in that community, and that community in a way self-polices itself. Now, the second part that I believe is missing in all personal development arenas is the aspect of accountability. So maybe you've heard this before, that what you measure improves, but what you measure and report on improves exponentially. In your work environment, if you have to report on something on a regular basis, then you get feedback. Weight Watchers is very well known for having huge success because you have to measure everything and you have to report on it, and therefore you're constantly getting feedback. One of the reasons that you may not have the success you want is that you eat a muffin every day, and after 2 years you've put on 10 pounds, but you don't get the feedback every day. If you had to get on the scale every day, and the moment that you got over a certain weight limit you had to take new action, then you would never drift too far off course. So imagine that environment, a healthy, wealthy tribe of hard-charging, entrepreneurial-minded people that choose to lead epic lives, all in a community together, reporting on their progress. And the moment that they get that feedback, remember, feedback is neither good or bad, or right or wrong, it's simply information for you to act upon. And then if you're struggling, then you get some one-on-one help from your community manager. And if you're doing really well, then we celebrate you and you become a mentor in the community. We've had people that have become millionaires already in the community. We have people that have been students that have now become leaders in the community and are some of our coaches. And in fact, our CEO was one of the students who's running the entire organization. You see, it's all about possibility. It's all about me, that little kid who grew up in an environment that didn't have the support. I didn't have the support of my family growing up. My parents emotionally weren't there for me. Financially, they weren't there for me. And from that, I grew a very tenacious character. And now that I have some strategies that work, I have multiple streams of income that flow into my life and allow me to have freedom. I want to share that with people that want to grab life big, that want to take their life to the next level, that know that there's something more. And the pieces that are missing are this community and this accountability. We give you the paint by numbers information, which is, by the way, available all over the world, but we've just taken the best of the best in those different arenas, and then we download it to you and then help you march toward the fulfilling life that you deserve to have for you and your family. And we've got lots of testimonials that you can listen to and that you can refer to. You don't have to just believe me. Obviously, I'm passionate about this. And I have many of my multimillionaire friends that come in and help and assist to guide you along the way. And by the way, we walk step by step with you through the process so that you cannot get stuck. What I've noticed is that people take these amazing courses, they sign up for stuff, and then they go out to take action to buy their first real estate property or invest in the stock market, and they get a slap on the hand, they get some feedback, they make a mistake, and then they stop, they hesitate, because they're like, okay, hold on, I don't want to keep on making these mistakes. The key is for you to be able to have somebody that you can talk to when you make that mistake and say, okay, what do I do now? What do I do now? If you think about how you were raised as a child, every time you made a little bit of a mistake, every time you did something, your parent could give you feedback. No, cut the sandwich this way. Or no, 2 plus 2 does not equal 5, it actually equals 4, and here's why. So you get this feedback on an ongoing basis, but then you become an adult and you go out in the real world and you don't get this feedback. You set a goal, you fail, and you get feedback saying you're a loser, and you don't like that feeling, so then you stop taking action. You don't get better, you become bitter. You don't feel like you're winning, you feel like you're losing. So the M1 program is designed for people that want to win again, people that want to be encouraged to win, people that want to truly be around people that care. You see, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And we care about your success in the M1 program. We truly want your success story, because my belief is that when you succeed and you get all of these tools that they don't teach you at school, and we give you those resources, you're going to be a better father, brother, son, and husband. You're going to be a better daughter, a better sister, a better spouse, and a better leader. You're going to impact the world, and that's my goal, is to create people that are resourceful, people that can really make things happen, to create leaders, to create people of impact, to push humanity forward. The M1 program, yes, it's called March to a Million, because my belief is this, is if you don't have financial freedom, every day you have to go out there and you got to put food on the table and worry about a roof over your head. And that's what takes your attention. I don't want that to be your attention. I want your attention to be able to spend time with your children, to be able to go and take care of your body, to be able to meditate so that you can find more peace and more calm and tap in to all the information that's available out there. But if all you're doing is worrying about paying the bills, you don't have the time or energy or desire to do that. Let's get your eye off of that basic need, because you master it, you win the money game, and let's get you in the arena of personal self-actualization and self-awareness. Develop your self-consciousness. The M1 program was designed to transform lives by taking all the components that are missing in traditional personal development, put them together in an environment where we can all grow together, learn from each other, empower each other, and have you come on board, perhaps initially to learn, but eventually to give back and mentor for other people. So I hope that you decide to join the M1 program, learn more about it, and join me on any one of my webinars or any one of our newsletters. I mean, we have a breadth of knowledge that's available for you. Much of it is free. The M1 program is a program that is got an investment component to it, but certainly our experience has been that it pays you 10x back and more, because it's about fulfilling your life. So thank you for dropping by and learning more about the M1 program. I think you can figure out I'm pretty passionate about it. It's been very gratifying and fulfilling for me, and I hope to see you on the inside of the M1 program. And in the meantime, grab life big.